When your roof takes a beating, we're here for you at AR Roofing and Remodeling. We're a locally and veteran-owned contractor available 24/7 for repairs. As an Owens Corning Platinum Preferred Contractor, we get the job done right. Call 724-550-3064 or visit arremodels.com for your free estimate.
AR Roofing, never settle.
Is your lawn getting shaggy? Weeds taking over? Maybe it's time for a full yard cleanup or fresh mulch and clean, crisp edges to bring your landscape back to life. Whatever your lawn needs, Z's Ground Control has you covered. They do it right the first time. Call 724-366-9150 today for your free estimate. Z's Ground Control. You grow it, we mow it. When you need notary services, trust the best. Sandy Howell Notary Services, back-to-back gold medal winner for Best Notary in Fayette County. They're here for you with extended hours to fit your schedule. Sandy Howell's also the 2025 gold medal winner for Best Title Company. Open Monday through Friday, 10 to 8:30, and Saturdays, 9 to 5. Call 724-564-8955 today for Sandy Howell Notary Services, where excellence is signed and sealed.
Bright Stripe, Fayette County's premier asphalt seal coating professionals. Locally owned by Matt and Lexi George. Bright Stripe specializes in residential and commercial asphalt seal coating, also excelling in line striping and layouts, thermoplastic, and infrared asphalt repair. Bright Stripe has succeeded due to their commitment to quality work for 30 years. Bright Stripe, 724-437-6090, or visit bright-stripe.com. BRITE-stripe.com.
Economy Furnace Heating and Air is your hometown HVAC team for America's 250th celebration of freedom. Celebrate the freedom to choose comfort and savings. When you call Economy, you get excellent service and local expertise that knows our weather and our neighbors. Celebrate freedom, family, and home comfort. Economy Furnace Heating and Air is proud to partner with Amana, an all-American-made company built on hardworking values and dependability. What's a birthday celebration without presents? Until July 4th, Economy Furnace is offering $250 off any air conditioner installation. In appreciation and gratitude, Economy Furnace Heating and Air is proud to offer all military veterans, with a valid ID, a 25% discount on a clean and tune or a needed repair. We are honored to serve our veterans. Call Economy Furnace at 724-438-4575 before the season heats up. Economy is ready to help today.
For economy, price, and quality service, call Economy Furnace.
It's spring, and everything is growing, and Madewell Services is here to help. They offer full lawn care service, including spring cleanups, mulching, landscaping and planting, weekly grass cutting, power washing, and more. Madewell Services also provides professional cleaning services for your home or office, moving in or out service, party cleanups, weekly cleanings, and junk removal. Licensed and insured for peace of mind. Call Madewell Services today at 724-912-1805. That's 724-912-1805 for a free estimate.
This is attorney Michael Mays of the Davis & Davis Law Firm. We have been helping injured people just like you recover millions of dollars for over 45 years. If you're hurt or injured, I want to meet you and make sure you get the money that you deserve. Call me at 724-437-2799 for your free consultation. The Davis & Davis Law Firm has been protecting our neighbors in Greene and Fayette counties for over 45 years. Go to davisanddavislaw.com or call 724-437-2799 for your free consultation.
Welcome back. We got about 10 minutes here. I can squeeze a call in or not. Nick and I will just keep talking. Either way, it's fine. I'm easy to get along with. But if you would like to call, it's 724-438-4593. We have Sweeney Todd and everybody related to Sweeney Todd is coming in during the next hour. So stick around. We got a whole lot of folks coming in as Chris Payton, Rain, and a young tyke as well, whose first name I don't know, but we'll all find out. They're all going to be in here to talk about Sweeney Todd at the Geyer at Scottdale coming up next month. So that will be during hour number 2. I'll be back tomorrow from 2 to 3. We don't have anyone lined up tomorrow, by the way. Kaylee cannot come on. She wasn't able to make it. She's having a baby. So if I come back in later this summer, we'll have Kaylee Clark in to talk about her book. I had referenced it a couple of times during the week for those who tuned in earlier in the week. But at any rate, whatever you'd like to talk about, just Matt and I, you're reminiscing about that, how glorious that Knicks win was.
You Knicks fans, yes, we have someone on the line, but
Okay.
you Knicks fans, when you get together, we had Charles Oakley talk and Ewing talk. It was great.
Absolutely. I was about to break out Sugar Ray Richardson, but I don't think either one of you would have known who I was talking about. Let's go to the phones and take a call here before we get up to news time at the top of the hour. Good afternoon. I believe this is George from Washington, right?
No.
Oh, no. Okay.
I'm channeling Charlie Feeney and breaking with protocol. Leanne again.
Oh, we got
Nick,
a repeat customer.
This is a common misconception that the Baby Ruth was not named for Babe Ruth. However, it was Grover Cleveland's daughter Ruth that the candy bar was named for.
That's right.
And that's fake news
I'm
there.
so
And another, yeah, you are, and you should be. I think they should fire you. Another misconception was that the O. Henry candy bar was named after Hank Aaron.
No.
Who did market it for a while when he was in his heyday. And that's all I got. Useless trivia from Leanne.
Thank you.
Thank you, Leanne. So the Baby Ruth was not Babe Ruth. I always thought
No,
it was.
no, it wasn't. And that's a common. That is a
Right.
common. And I should have picked up on that when you said that because I was aware of that fact and I had forgotten it. Yeah, Grover Cleveland, who got married in the White House, one of the few presidents to get married while he was president, to a much younger woman. Bit of a scandal. Frances Folsom, I believe was her name.
Oh.
And then they had a child who was the darling of the nation, Baby Ruth, during the time that Grover Cleveland was president. The only president in our nation's history who was president for 2 non-consecutive terms. Until. Yes. Let's go to the phones. I just can't. Let's go to the phones. I believe now we have Abraham from Lincoln.
Well, I think that Leanne was channeling the Mandela effect, with the candy bars.
The Mandela effect?
Oh, you don't know about that?
I mean, I do. I know the Mandela effect. I'm not sure I'm missing how you're applying it.
Well, it's that you think you believe something is common knowledge when in fact it's not.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's true. You're right.
I get
You're
you
right.
now. I get you now. Yeah.
It's been
Yeah,
30 years
I
I
would
Babe
define-
Ruth had a candy bar named after him. My world is
That's
rock,
right.
Frank.
Or O. Henry or, Mirror, Mirror on the Wall or any of that stuff.
Well, the
You
Reggie
were talking about-
candy bar was definitely named after Reggie Jackson. That much we do know. Go ahead. What were you about to say?
Okay. You were talking about great football arms. Joe Montana.
Yeah.
I will tell you a story. Many moons ago, I ran a little museum in the Toll House for the Fayette County Historical Society. And the great stories that came in, and my education really started with people coming in just talking,
All right.
And these 2 guys came in who told me that in the wintertime, they would go down to Cal University to the place where they played basketball. I don't know what their hall was called,
Yeah, it's
Vulcan Field or
Hamer Hall
something.
now, but that would have been something different then. Yeah.
Okay. And they said that as a young man, they would drive miles to watch, and this was when Joe was in high school. He
Ringo.
would start at half court and throw baskets with the football, and then back up till he was throwing baskets full court.
Wow.
See, when I
And
think of
he had an audience over the winter watching him do that.
right.
And he'd do that for about an hour.
See, when I think
As a
of Joe,
high school kid.
yeah, when I think of Joe Montana, we were talking about Bradshaw and his arm strength. When I
Right.
think of Montana, I don't think of arm strength. I think of accuracy, which
Right.
you just talked about.
It's like Brady. I don't think of his arm, I think winner.
Yeah,
Precise.
well, and I think of his mobility because
Right.
he was so good. He was so good with his legs, and then what you just said. I think of his winning personality. So arm strength isn't what I think of for Montana. I think of all those other things.
Well, endurance. He would do this, they said, for 45 minutes or an hour.
Right.
To start at midcourt and then back up and consistently throw baskets.
Wow.
That's for a high school kid. My God.
Well,
You
we have this great tradition, and I worked once as an intern. I worked on a television show for public television that aired throughout the state of Pennsylvania called the Pennsylvania Game. Lynn
Yeah.
Hines People will remember Lynn Hines. He was a former newscaster on
Sure,
WTAE.
sure.
He was
I met her.
yeah, he was, Lynn,
Okay.
you're thinking of a different Lynn.
I'm thinking someone else,
yeah,
yeah.
but Lynn Hines was the host of the show, and so I worked for him, and part of my job was to get video part of my job was I created the sports-related questions, and then I had to get video to air during the questions, and one of my questions involved the great quarterbacks from Western Pennsylvania in NFL history. And if you remember, this was in the 80s. Montana and Marino had just done a Pepsi commercial. And so I had to call the Pepsi Corporation and get permission for us to use their commercial on our show. And to tell you how long ago this was, Pepsi sent me a VCR cassette that we plugged into a VCR.
Sure.
To show the commercial on television. There was no digital back then. Everything was analog.
Dusty over there.
That's how old I am. Yes, but yeah, Marino, Montana, George Blanda, Joe Namath,
Kelly,
Jim Kelly,
K-Gun.
so many great quarterbacks. That Johnny Unitas.
Yes.
Who
the Steelers passed
on.
Who
they passed on. A great Southwestern Pennsylvania tradition. Of quarterbacks that played in the NFL to great success, and then some others that maybe didn't have quite that success, Terrell Pryor and some others who at least played in the NFL and had their moments. But yeah, great tradition.
Well, Montana and now why does his name slip my mind?
Marino?
The guy from Pittsburgh. They played against each other in high school. And there were high school games, and Montana won, I believe, both. Who was the guy you mentioned?
Are you talking about Marino? It'd have to be Marino.
Yeah, Don Marino.
Yeah.
Or Dan Marino.
Yeah, and they also then famously met in Super Bowl 19.
Yes, but they showed, little short clips of those high school games during that Super Bowl, and Montana won both.
Well, I mean, he was to me, after Brady, he was the great winner of all time. If I'm ranking quarterbacks in NFL history, it starts obviously with Brady. I put the debate then becomes who's number two. For me, it's Montana.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Hey, but as I say, that story I've never heard anything like that before.
Yeah, that's incredible. Thanks for sharing that. I'm picturing that in my mind, and that had to be something amazing to watch. So that's fascinating.
Yeah, but that's what he was doing in the wintertime, just to keep his arm in shape. And he had a following. They said there would be people, lined up watching him there do that.
Well, and that's how you then that's how you then complete the pass to Dwight Clark in the back of the end zone against the Dallas Cowboys. That gets you into Super Bowl 16 when they beat the Cincinnati Bengals and Ken Anderson to win the first of his 4 Super Bowl championships. So and if you think of that pass to Dwight Clark, it probably was a similar trajectory to throwing a football in a basketball hoop. Hey, listen, I got to go. It's news time, but thank you so much for the call.
Very good.
Thanks, Frank.
Coming up after the news, we're going to talk with Peyton Dunham, Rain Smith, and others from Sweeney Todd, which is coming up at the Geyer at Scottdale, coming up in just a few weeks, actually. And so we'll talk with them during the next hour. We have news coming up, local news in a few moments, world and national news from Fox coming up in just a couple of seconds. This is WMBS Uniontown. It's 2 o'clock.
Trump hails the Iran deal. I'm Carmen Roberts, Fox News. But the president says it's not final yet, as he tells reporters at the G7 summit in France.
They have to behave themselves. If they're not behaving, they get hit again. They'll be hit again because we can do it very easily.
And senior U.S. officials tell the AP that the draft deal includes, among other things, protections for Lebanon's territorial integrity, along with new minimum standard for Iran's highly enriched uranium. In return, the U.S. will move to waive but not eliminate some wide-ranging sanctions against Iran once the deal is signed. Fox's Peter Ducey has more from the G7 summit.
I got the president to explain what the difference is between giving Iran money and unfreezing Iranian money.
We have taken a lot of their money, and we have their money. We have taken their money. It's not our money. It's their money. And we froze it. At a certain point in time, I guess we're going to have to give it back.
That's the first time that we've heard that. It obviously comes after a weeks-long embargo that was really, really straining the Iranian economy. And we are now within 48 hours or so of that changing and of billions of dollars starting to flow in possibly every day as the oil sales resume.
And that agreement is securing a toll-free passage of the Strait of Hormuz for only 60 days. It's set to be signed Friday in Switzerland. And this is a Fox News alert. The Federal Reserve has just issued a statement and says it is leaving the rates unchanged and that it will likely ease rates on the next meeting. America's listening to Fox News.
The always incredible Mountain Area Fair is back at the Farmington Volunteer Fire Department Fairgrounds. Get ready for a week full of excitement and entertainment. The annual festivities kick off Sunday, June 21st from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. with a car show, DJ, craft and vendors, and a chicken dinner. Monday, June 22nd is the time to get your fair entries in. And then the fair officially begins on Tuesday, June 23rd, with the opening ceremony set for 6 p.m. The fair will run nightly through Saturday, June 27th, and will include live music, carnival rides, the annual parade on Thursday night, great food, and spectacular fireworks on Saturday night. The fair will also feature family-friendly entertainment, including a petting zoo, magic shows, mini golf, a fishing tank, and so much more. And the best part? Parking and general admission to the fairgrounds is free. For updates, follow the Mountain Area Fair on Facebook. So spend a night on the mountain at the Mountain Area Fair in the heart of the Laurel Highlands.
Repeating our top story, the Federal Reserve just announced that it is leaving the key overnight interest rate unchanged in the 3.5% to 3.75% range, and says the committee will deliver price stability. And Federal Reserve Chairman Kevin Warsh will have a statement at about 2:30 Eastern Time. Republican Senator Tom Cotton says the Senate is postponing the hearing for Jay Clayton to become Director of National Intelligence. Fox's Jared Halpern has more from Washington.
Hours before U.S. Attorney Jay Clayton was scheduled to testify at a Senate confirmation hearing, President Trump announced he wanted a delay for his pick to be National Intelligence Director. Instead, the president plans to keep acting DNI Bill Pulte in place, despite questions about his credentials from Democrats and Republicans.
And it was a rush act by the Democrats. All of a sudden, they want to get. And why are they afraid of this guy? I mean, they're so afraid of him, they'll do anything not to have Pulte go in there.
Pulte is the director of the Federal Housing Finance Agency. Democrats are threatening to block renewal of FISA surveillance tools until Pulte is replaced. At the White House, Jared Halpern, Fox News.
A beloved Bears heading to Broadway, bringing music, charm, and marmalade.
What's cooking? Marmalade, Mr. Brown. Go on, have a taste. Delicious.
Paddington is heading to New York. A musical about the marmalade-loving bears opening on Broadway in the spring of 2027. Paddington, the musical, will play at the Al Hirschfeld Theater. It will begin performances March 30th, ahead of opening night on April 18th.
Fox's Michelle Polino reporting. And checking markets after the Federal Reserve announcement, the Dow is up 243 points after back-to-back record closes Monday and Tuesday. Crude oil at $76.62 a barrel. I'm Carmen Roberts. This is Fox News.
Now the local, district, and statewide news. Being brought to you by Fayette Heating and Air Conditioning, your Bryant Dieter. Keeping you warm and cozy in winter and cool and comfortable in summer with a quality Bryant gas furnace or air conditioning system. And now the news.
Good afternoon, beautiful day. We have not reached 80 yet, but looks like we're going to. 79 right now with sun at 2:05 on a Wednesday. I'm Nick Barczyk from the Davis & Davis studios in Uniontown. Davis & Davis Attorneys at Law, voted Fayette County's best law firm 2025. Your local station, 590 and 101.1 WMBS, the Weather Watch and Sports in just a bit. A local school is getting praise for a program they're implementing that bans daytime cell phone use ahead of what it looks like is going to be a statewide ban of cell phones in schools. The governor and his administration is calling for legislation to implement a statewide bell-to-bell school cell phone ban very soon. And the Herald Standard reports that Lafayette Middle School in the Uniontown Area School District has a program right now that bans daytime cell phone use by locking the student devices in pouches, and the staff says this has gone very well. Also at the Uniontown School District, their area school board this week finalized their budget for 2026 and 2027. It features a tax increase, a millage increase, to help address a nearly $3 million deficit and ongoing long-term debt challenges. And State Representative Charity Grim-Krupa of Fayette is announcing the county is receiving over $950,000 in impact fees from the natural gas industry. In addition, the municipalities in the 51st Legislative District will receive an additional $556,000. A full list of disbursements to counties and municipalities is available online on the Pennsylvania Public Utility Commission's website at puc.state.pa.us. Construction of a 4-story, 50-unit senior apartment building in Rostraver is poised to start next month as work nears completion on the low-income townhomes in Mount Pleasant Township. Westmoreland County Housing Authority officials today updated board members on the status of several of its ongoing projects to increase the agency's inventory of low-income senior housing. That inventory has substantially increased during what is now a 15-year building boom. The executive director says that they anticipate breaking ground on this project next month. Funded through the use of federal tax credits and a nearly $1.5 million allocation from Westmoreland, project will feature new apartments for low-income seniors. Construction is expected to take about a year. More next on WMBS.
439-2323. For 24-hour emergency service, call us when you need. We're Fayette's Heating and Air Conditioning, your service company.
When it's sweltering outside, you'll be cool inside with central air conditioning from Bryant, the people that know cool. And it's easy to have a central air conditioning system installed in your home. Simply call on your Bryant dealer, Fayette Heating and Air Conditioning, located near the Laurel Mall on Route 119, north of Uniontown. The phone number is 439-2323. Let Fayette Heating and Air Conditioning rescue you from the sticky, humid summer weather. Remember that number for Fayette Heating and Air Conditioning, your Bryant dealer, 439-2323.
Call Fayette Heating and Air Conditioning, 439-2323, 439-2323, 439-2323.
It is at 2:08, and TribLive.com reports that officials in Greensburg have announced a $643,000 federal grant that they say will pay for technology and equipment upgrades for local law enforcement in the region. Federal money is going to be allocated for the purchase of 26 license plate readers throughout Westmoreland, installation of televisions in municipal buildings to display data from the Crime Watch website, and expand the DA's office digital forensic task force and lab. And in sports, we have Bucco baseball tonight. Make that third game of a 3-game interleague series out in Sacramento. Pirates taking on the Athletics, and Brax Nashcraft on the mound for the Bucks this evening. They are 37-37 after their 6-5 win last night. That game tonight on the air at 9:15, game at 9:40 on WMBS. West Virginia in action this afternoon, taking on North Carolina in the College World Series. Mountaineers with a 12-0 win to advance against Troy yesterday. And now the weather watch for all of southwest Pennsylvania. Right now it's 79 degrees. Overnight low is at 69 up to 83 with a threat of thunderstorms Thursday. Low at 60, 78 with sun Friday. For the weekend, Saturday, sunny skies and up to 80. Same goes for Sunday at 80, but a chance of afternoon rain. Thunderstorms rolling in Monday at 74. Tuesday, sunny and 75. Next Wednesday at 76. Right now, we're at 79 with clouds and sun at 2:11 on this Wednesday afternoon. Good afternoon from the Davis & Davis studios in Uniontown at WMPS. I'm Nick Barczyk. Second hour of What's on Your Mind with Chuck Durso. We have some guests in studio. That's all on the way next at your local station, 590 and 101.1 WMBS. Good afternoon.
The local district and statewide news has been brought to you by Fayette Heating and Air Conditioning, your Bryant dealer. Route 119 north of Uniontown, located near Laurel Mall. Phone 439-2323.
Sometimes you just can't hold it. And have to answer nature's call. So whether you need to go number 2, evacuate the building or perform an exorcism, or if you just need to go number 1, make a pit stop, powder your nose, A1 Porta-Johns of Uniontown will make sure that when you need a place to do 1 or 2, a toilet is ready for you. For more information, call 724-557-2426 or follow them on Facebook. A1 Porta-Johns, a proud sponsor of the Heartland with Haley show.
If you are looking for a trusted local law firm with a strong commitment to their clients, look no further than Zebley Law Offices. Attorney Zebley has been practicing law in Fayette County for more than 4 decades. Although specializing in bankruptcy, Zebley also handles real estate matters, civil suits, collections, wills, powers of attorney, and more. If you need legal help, go with a name you recognize and trust. Call Zebley Law Offices today at 724-439-9200.
Hey, you looking for a quality pre-owned vehicle? Well, look no more, because with over 200 vehicles, Gary's Auto Sales is the largest used car dealer in the area. Whether you want a car, a truck, or an SUV, you'll absolutely find what you're looking for at Gary's. Gary's has been in business since 1974. You can visit them online at garysautosales.com, or you can give them a call at 724-626-8080. Gary's Auto Sales. Many miles, many smiles.
Are you considering a project design and don't know where to start? K2 Engineering offers a wide range of professional civil, architectural, and municipal services to meet your individual project needs. Our versatility combined with our personalized approach is what sets us apart as a full-service engineering and consultation firm. To learn more about our services, please visit us on the web at www.k2engineering.net. K2 Engineering, where customer service is our priority.
Did you know that you have a choice for your physical therapy provider? NovaCare Rehabilitation offers same-day appointments, and oftentimes you don't need a prescription from your doctor to see us. We will make sure that you are treated as an individual and will work directly one-on-one with you to help achieve your goals. You have tried the rest, now try the best. NovaCare, Delaware Avenue in Uniontown. Phone 724-437-0556 to schedule your appointment today.
No gimmicks, just great values every day at Chesler's Fine Furniture. Chesler's understands that customers prefer personal service and satisfaction. It won't cost you a dime to stop in and browse. You'll be amazed at the quality, value, and selection of living rooms, bedrooms, dining rooms, dinettes, and chairs. Chesler's has a wide array of entertainment centers in all finishes and sizes, sleeper sofas in 3 sizes, and reclining sofas and love seats with recliners to match. Mattresses in all sizes and both no flip, no turn, and 2-sided in stock. If you need one piece or a whole room full, Chesler's staff will help you find that right item. And remember, they service it after the sale. Chesler's Fine Furniture, Route 51 in Uniontown. Credit terms, delivery, and layaway are available. Chesler's Fine Furniture, where customers send their friends.
Are you looking to list or sell your house? Now is the time to let the professionals at Caldwell Banker Laurel Ridge Realty help you with all of your real estate needs. Caldwell Banker Laurel Ridge Realty has 2 convenient locations to better serve you. In Uniontown area, 724-437-7100, or in Connellsville area, 724-628-7200, and speak with one of our real estate professionals. Visit our website, caldwellbanker.com. We have been proudly serving Western Pennsylvania area for over 30 years and look forward to helping you with all of your real estate needs. Broker Paul Borge Jr.
Your local station, WMBS.
The views and opinions presented by the host, guests, or callers on this program do not necessarily represent the positions of WMBS Radio.
You weren't on. I was just teasing. Made Rain jump. Welcome back to hour number 2 of What's on Your Mind. I am the Master Blaster.
Mr. Durso?
Yes, no. Chuck Durso. Yes, not Mr. Durso. You're graduated now. You don't have to call me Mr. Durso anymore. And we are joined by the cast and director of the upcoming production of Sweeney Todd, which will be performed at the Geyer in Scottsdale coming up on June 16th through the 19th. That would be a Thursday. Did I say June? Thank you. You don't have to whisper. If I say something wrong, just say it. I'm used to that. July, yes, next month, 16th through the 19th, which is a Thursday through a Sunday. It will be Thursday, Friday, and Saturday night at 7:30, and then a Sunday matinee at 2:30, and perhaps even a couple of bonus performances thrown in there that we'll talk about momentarily as well. But again, that comes up in about a month. For those who are watching us on Facebook Live, to my right, as you're watching us, let's go backwards there. Stage left. Yes, exactly. To my right is Rain Smith. Rain is a former student. She's a woman now. She graduated from Uniontown Area High School way back in 2026, and she is going to be performing in the cast. And to her left, again, still moving to the right across your streaming device, we have Peyton Dunham, who is still a student at Uniontown High School. He will be a senior this upcoming year. Peyton is an old vet here at WMBS. He was here on this program along with me and a couple members of the cast of Mamma Mia that we did earlier this spring. And so Peyton has done this before. He's gonna show us all how it's done. And then we have Mason. I got it right. All right, good. I almost said Martin again. We have Mason Schaefer, who is, how old is Mason?
I'm 13.
Okay, Mason is 13. There is a production starting tonight that's going to be going on through Sunday, also at the Geyer, a junior production of Shrek called Shrek Junior. And we'll talk a little bit more about that later on in the hour. But Mason is performing in the title role as the one and only Shrek. So we'll talk with him in a little bit. And then his father, Chris Schaefer, is the director of Sweeney Todd. And so, first of all, good afternoon. Welcome, everybody. We're so glad that you're with us. Chris, let's start with you. Tell us a little bit about this production. We gave him the dates. We gave him the times. But for people who don't know exactly what is Sweeney Todd, it's a feel-good, lighthearted love story.
It's definitely one you're going to leave with laughter and joy. No. Sweeney Todd is one of Sondheim's, one of the darker tales when it comes to the show. Basically, our title character of Sweeney Todd is wrongfully imprisoned by Judge Turpin. He's sent away for about 15 years. So he's returning to London, kind of looking for revenge. And in that, he meets Miss Lovett, who kind of helps him with his ambitions, we'll say, and helps dispose of some of the meat that he produces. And so it is just kind of like a big tale. I'm sure a lot of people know the story. We don't want to give it away too much. But it is a tale of like complete corruption of power and kind of how the focus for revenge can lead to ultimate destruction.
That's good. That's a good wrap. That sums it up pretty well. Yeah, that's really cool. So let's talk a bit, and we're going to get into some of the challenges I'm sure that you face in doing community theater in general, and certainly with this production in particular. So I'll come back to you in a moment. But let's talk with these young performers here for a second. First of all, Peyton, who are you?
I play Tobias Ragg. He is a young boy who is usually employed as a salesman because he can just sell anything. And he kind of takes a care for Mrs. Lovett when she employs him, and that's where that storyline kind of goes towards.
Now, tell us a little bit about your experience on stage. This is your first production at the Geyer, but of course you've been on stage a lot over at the high school and elsewhere. So give us a little bit of your background.
So I have done 3 musicals now at the high school.
Correct.
In 3 plays, and I have found like that I haven't been able to go anywhere else since school, but now going to the Geyer, it just feels like way more open, and it's really exciting to get out there and do more things than just the high school, and it's just been a great experience out there.
Awesome. Peyton, as mentioned in the past, I know we talked about this when you were on a couple of months ago, that this is something you're considering pursuing as a career opportunity, right?
Yeah.
got the bug.
I do.
And also, a running inside joke within our drama department at Uniontown High School with Peyton is that we keep typecasting him. And we keep typecasting him in the bad guy roles, the villain roles.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes, absolutely. He was Reader in Radium Girls.
Mhm.
And
Great show.
we talked with the author of the book Radium Girls on Monday, which was very fascinating. Kate Moore wrote a book about Radium Girls, and she was she's in England. We actually interviewed her from the United Kingdom on Monday. It was very cool. But Reader is obviously mentioned extensively in the book. He was the owner of the company, and then in Newsies you were
Pulitzer.
A Pulitzer, also a bit of a not a bad guy, but the antagonist.
Mhm.
The
Mhm.
antagonist.
The antagonist.
So he continues to be the antagonist. This fall, at Uniontown in December, we're going to be putting on a production of The Crucible. You'll be Satan.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
No, you're not going to be Satan. There's no Satan. There's no Satan in The Crucible.
That's the bad guy in The Crucible.
There is no Satan. Judge Danforth probably would be the antagonist. So start studying those lines.
It's a lot.
We'll see. And then Godspell in the fall. Yeah, we'll talk more about that later. Rain Smith.
Hi.
What are you doing in Sweeney Todd?
I'm a part of the ensemble. So
What's that mean for those who are listening right now and they're not necessarily huge fans of? They don't go to a lot of musicals. They don't know a lot about it, but they like them and they would like to go see Sweeney Todd. When you say you're part of the ensemble, what do you mean?
So I'm kind of like a little bit of everything. I'm just there in most of the songs. So the ensemble does a lot of like the background acting.
Mhm.
You kind of make your own story as the story's going. So I'm a part of the wealthy ensemble. So I get to be a little rich, like snobby little princess. But my character specifically.
Speaking of typecasting.
Yeah. Really. But with my character, Chris and I, and then the choreographer, Christine, she actually gave me plenty of ideas to be kind of the nicer, wealthy person. So I get to, for the beggar woman, I'm giving her money half the time. I feel bad for Toby a lot. Like, I'm pretty nice. And then with the other ensemble members, they're kind of like dragging me along, like, what are you doing? You're wealthy. You can't be giving these poor people money. So I just kind of made my own storyline as it goes. And you just kind of flow with all of the different songs and stuff. So I do a lot of dancing, a lot of background singing, like just pretty much everything. I do a little bit of everything.
And of course, speaking of your career on stage, going back to high school, you did 3 years of musicals and 3 plays. You did.
Technically, I think I was stage crew for Almost.
You were
Maine.
stage crew for Almost Maine. That's so you did 3 plays.
Yes.
So yeah, that's just as important. So you did 3 musicals and plays. Is this the first production that you've done now outside of the high school?
Yes, it is.
What do you think?
I really like it. Peyton was kind of the one to like drag me out there because he's obviously always wanted to do like stuff outside of high school.
Full disclosure: Peyton and Rain are very good friends.
Yes.
No, you're dating. You're dating.
Yes. 2 years. Okay.
Who's counting? Who's
counting? Right.
But he kind of dragged me. He loves Sweeney Todd, one of his favorite musicals. And he's looked at like shows from other places, but I've never really been interested in doing that stuff.
Mhm.
But I love Sweeney Todd, and when he was very excited about going to audition, I was like, okay, let me come with you because I want to do it too. Because I've never really gone out of my comfort zone in that way. I'm
Right.
very much like to myself, which is hard to believe, but I don't really like to go out and branch out and do things because I don't really like change. But when we did that, I like, even just for the audition, I was so excited. Like, it was just such a fun experience just to meet new people. And like, Chris was so welcoming as soon as we stepped into the room. Like, I felt like I've been his friend for 10 years, and I met him that day. And like, the whole production staff was just like amazing. Like, they're all just so nice, and it's made me feel like so welcome, and I'm so glad that I did it.
Awesome. Chris, tell Tell us a little bit about your background and your history here in theater. I know you just didn't suddenly show up and you're directing Sweeney Todd for the first time.
Yeah, I was born yesterday, and this was the first show that I did. No, actually, it was funny because when I was going to high school, I was in like show choirs and stuff like that. I played football, tennis, and I did martial arts and everything. Had no real interest in theater. Show choir was kind of the closest I'd come to it. When I started college, I was dating a girl who was an actress. And she was always like, "Oh, you got to audition. Like, you're such a natural, like Ham or whatever. People are going to love you." I'm like, "Okay, whatever." So I ended up auditioning for, I went to Waynesburg University. I auditioned for our first show, which is Frankenstein. The director wrote in a part for me because, it's a smaller cast. I had 2 lines in my very first show. And then I got really in love with like the tech side of things.
By the way,
yeah.
2 more than most people get in their very first show.
That is
So
true.
just
I
go ahead.
am grateful. Trust me, it started a lifelong hobby. That's for
Yeah.
sure. But I got really involved in like set design, sound work. I did a lot of the backstage, like practical sound effects. I started really falling in love with the live aspect of a show. Because unlike TV or anything, you can't cut, you can't go back, you can't. Oh, let's take that again. We messed that part up.
Right.
It has to be great every time.
Yes.
And if you mess up, just act like it's on purpose and keep moving.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, then we started with my next show was Anything Goes. He ended up casting me as the lead in that one, Billy.
Billy, yeah.
Yeah. And so it just kind of took off from there. After college, I did some intern work at West Virginia Public Theater in Morgantown. I did assistant audio there. That turned into me going on 2 tours. I toured with a show called Wonderful Town and then Dirty Rotten Scoundrels the next year. So that had me on the road 7-8 months out of the year. So I really kind of got thrown into like what this professional theater life kind of thing is.
Right.
But then I kind of decided, maybe I want to have a life. It's a great life, but you're on the road. It is hard. So I ended up stepping away from the touring world for a minute. I ended up getting married, obviously having my son Mason. And just about 10 years ago, I just kind of felt like the itch to kind of get back involved.
Sure.
So a friend of mine was involved at the Geyer and kind of got me started there. So in 2018, I did Jekyll and Hyde. It was my first show back. Got a decent part, and I was nervous as all could be.
Right.
Like, I haven't auditioned in 10 years. I don't even know what I can do anymore. But yeah, and pretty much from 2018 till now, I've did most of my stuff on stage for the first couple years. And now you pretty much find me. Maybe I'll do 1 or 2 shows on stage a year, but I'm either tech directing, running sound. I've directed. This is my 3rd show at the Geyer, so I keep myself busy. That's for sure.
I always say it's I go back to when I was in high school, and Nick and I were talking, of course, last hour about sports and throwing out Super Bowl facts and all that kind of stuff, because I was a sports junkie. I was a jock. I did all the athletic stuff. And I know you're not surprised. Look at this amazing athletic body here next to you. But no, I did basketball, baseball, cross country, all that fun stuff, and that was my life, was sports. And so I always tell the students now, I say, if my friends who knew me back then know that I now spend time talking to teenage girls about last week's episode of Dancing with the Stars, and why we're so upset that somebody got voted off, right? Yeah, I'm still upset about Whitney and Mark, by the way. Still haven't gotten over it.
We're on different pages about that.
I know we are. We're taking a commercial break in a second. We'll argue in a second. But if my friends from high school knew that this is what I do now, and when we talk about Sweeney Todd stuff, they would say, "What happened to you? You must have suffered a head injury." It's I never would have predicted that, but you just don't know where life's going to take you.
That's right. I never thought in high school, playing football, I'd end up being directing Sweeney Todd
Exactly.
20-some years later.
Isn't it crazy? Isn't it crazy?
Awesome.
And we love it, and we wouldn't want it any other way. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and when we come back, let's get into some of the nuts and bolts of what it's like to put on a production of this magnitude in a small setting in community theater, because I know there are challenges involved. So we'll get into all of that when we continue talking about Sweeney Todd coming up at the Geyer July 16th through the 19th. We're back right after this.
Hi, this is State Representative Charity Grim-Krupa, and I'm personally inviting you to the Liberty Bell Ball. On Friday, July 3rd, join us as we celebrate America's 250th birthday at the Hopwood Social Hall. This historic evening will feature music, dancing, and an unforgettable atmosphere, celebrating freedom, faith, and the American spirit. Formal attire is encouraged but not required. Patriotic and Western wear are always welcome. And this year, you could become our first Miss Liberty Bell or Mr. Lafayette in our exciting People's Choice Contest, honoring patriots who embody liberty and love of country. The Liberty Bell Ball is also a political fundraiser, supporting my continued work as your state representative. Tickets are available now on Eventbrite or find us on Facebook at Charity Grim-Krupa for PA Rep. Don't miss the Liberty Bell Ball, Friday, July 3rd, where Fayette County will celebrate America 250 and party like it's 1776. May God bless America. Paid for by Charity for PA Rep.
Wind, hail, sudden leaks. When your roof takes a beating, we're here for you at AR Roofing and Remodeling. We're a locally and veteran-owned contractor available 24/7 for repairs. As an Owens Corning Platinum Preferred Contractor, we get the job done right. Call 724-550-3064 or visit arremodels.com for your free estimate.
AR Roofing, never settle.
Economy Furnace Heating and Air is your hometown HVAC team for America's 250th celebration of freedom. Celebrate the freedom to choose comfort and savings. When you call Economy, you get excellent service and local expertise that knows our weather and our neighbors. Celebrate freedom, family, and home comfort. Economy Furnace Heating and Air is proud to partner with Amana, an all-American-made company built on hardworking values and dependability. What's a birthday celebration without presents? Until July 4th, Economy Furnace is offering $250 off any air conditioner installation. In appreciation and gratitude, Economy Furnace Heating and Air is proud to offer all military veterans, with a valid ID, a 25% discount on a clean and tune or a needed repair. We are honored to serve our veterans. Call Economy Furnace at 724-438-4575 before the season heats up. Economy is ready to help today.
For economy, price, and quality service, call Economy Furnace.
Uniontown Liquidation Outlet wants to thank you for borrowing our special pay at 2025. Come shop with us for the lowest prices around. We have toys, home goods, tools, electronics, and much more. We offer layaway, so stop in today and ask us how it works. We are located inside the Uniontown Mall.
The Uniontown Liquidation Outlet. Visit us on Facebook, Uniontown Liquidation Outlet.
Hope to see you soon.
Having Hicks & Baugh's drugstore in Uniontown means reliable, quality, and friendly service. Pharmacists Stephen Harper and Seth Miller are ready to answer your health questions and handle all your prescriptions. They offer free delivery, mail-out service, and accept all utility payments, all part of their good neighbor way of doing business. Visit Hicks & Baugh's at 304 Morgantown Street in Uniontown or call 724-437-2828. Open Monday to Friday, 9 to 6, and Saturday until 3.
Experiencing symptoms of COPD? Frontier Clinical Research in Scottsdale has been selected to conduct a clinical research study, and participants are needed. All study-related care will be provided at no cost, and no health insurance is required. Compensation up to $2,200 for qualified participants for time and travel. To learn more, call Frontier Clinical Research in Scottsdale at 724-220-5281. That's Frontier Clinical Research in Scottsdale at 724-220-5281.
On the air. Yes, he's the pit director. We're just finishing a conversation that we had during the commercial break. No need to be sorry. And yes, Bruce Springsteen. I absolutely love that. We're here with Chris Schaefer. We're here with Mason Schaefer. And we're here with Peyton Dunham. And we're here with Rain Smith. And they're all involved in productions coming up at the Geyer Theater. Mason is going to be in Shrek Jr., and we'll talk a little bit later with him about that. That starts tonight. And then next month, Thursday, July 16th through Sunday, July 19th, Sweeney Todd, Chris is the director, Peyton and Rain are in the production. And tickets are available. And so we would urge people to, because again, the Geyer's not a large theater, tickets will sell quickly. And so if you would like to purchase tickets, you probably want to do that as soon as possible. Chris, how do they do that?
Well, you can go to our website, which is GeyerPack.com. So it's GeyerPac.com. And you can buy all your tickets right there for all the shows.
Awesome. And if anybody would like to be a part of this in any other way, other than buying tickets, let's say, I know you're always looking for sponsors. It's community theater.
It is, yes. So, with Sweeney Todd I have a huge set in mind for this. Not to mention the technical spot of having a chair that collapses and people fall through holes, and it's a lot for a community theater that was built in the 1900s.
Yeah.
So what we're asking is if anyone is interested out there, any of the local businesses would like to offer any donations to the show, whether it be stuff for gift baskets or monetary donations, or want to sponsor the show in any way, to email our show, which is meatpiesgpac.com. So it's meatpiesgpac@gmail.com.
If you know the show, you understand the reference. Yes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it is a reference to what we're talking about with Miss Lovett and how she disposes of the meat.
Yeah.
She makes meat pies.
Yes.
So, we are partnering with some of the local businesses around Scottsdale, but, it's just a financial burden of this show is kind of enormous. So any assistance whatsoever is greatly appreciated.
Let's follow up on that point. Is what are some of the challenges of putting? I mean, I remember when my oldest son was in elementary school, and the Gifted program put on a production of Romeo and Juliet that performed at Penn State during the Shakespeare Festival. Dr. Brostensky used to have the Shakespeare Festival there every year, and he heard about these kids putting on a junior production of Romeo and Juliet. CJ, you all know my son CJ, he was Romeo. And some of the production value of that was standing on a chair, because that would be the balcony, right? So when we say that Sweeney Todd is coming to the Geyer, it's not going to be that kind of Sweeney Todd. It's not going to be people standing on a chair. You're putting on the show.
Oh, yeah,
but
we're building a full set.
But there are challenges. Talk about that.
Okay, so the set itself involves like a 24-foot by 8-foot long upper platform. It's all going to be done in the style of like pre-industrial London. We have a separate shop, which is going to be for the barber shop, which has the famous chair. Just to think of like cost-wise of the production, our pit isn't just local artists. We're pulling a lot of professional musicians and stuff out of the Pittsburgh area.
Right.
So we're reimbursing them for their time. The pit alone is a couple $1,000s. The costumes, the wood, we're probably at least $6,000 or so just to get the show off the ground. So that's why we kind of need the help. The theater is a smaller theater here in Scottsdale, PA. So, they offer what they can to help, but we definitely rely on donations and the graciousness of everyone else to kind of get that going.
How does space-wise, in terms of the actual size of the stage at the Geyer, how does that relate to other venues, and how does that change the way you approach blocking, etc.?
Yeah, it's a great question. So the Geyer is, because it is an older theater, it was originally like an opera house and then a movie theater, and it got converted into a theater in the 1980s. The theater itself, the stage itself is about 25 feet wide, about 30 feet deep. But what makes the Geyer kind of more of a challenge too is that there's very limited wing space. So pretty much all of your big set pieces, everything have to be on stage.
By the way, for those listening, when he says wing space, we're talking about the space that you don't see from the audience, but that theaters can use for storage and different things like that.
Yeah. So if you see a production where they're bringing on these giant walls and cars from out of nowhere, that they're usually stored in the wings, we call them, which is just the offstage areas, the left and right. But since we don't have that, every design that we do has to accommodate for that. For like the Sweeney Todd alone, I have the one barbershop scene is going to become at least 2 or 3 different scenes within the show. I have a wall that's going to collapse to become Pirelli's famous traveling wagon, which Toby, we first meet Toby's character. So everything has to be designed with that in mind. It's just completely utilitarian in a way, but I like to make it so it's also incredibly artistic when it comes to this. So the entire vibe, like I said, is going to be pre-industrial. Lots of like rusty metalwork, aged stone looks, lots of gray tones, black tones, just to kind of help accentuate like the darkness of the story. Like I want to keep that vibe kind of going. Like even I saw like our costumer and stuff. Like no one in the show is going to be wearing white. Like the only time we'll see white is when somebody passes in the show. It's like I want to accentuate certain aspects of the show, but that's a design. We just upgraded our light system a little bit, but we still have to rent more lights every show for special needs.
So you do bring in outside lighting?
So we do bring in some outside lighting, which is also another couple $100
Sure,
or $1,000 depending. So it's just everything comes with a price tag when you're doing a show.
Absolutely.
So that's one of the specific problems, I guess. Well, not a problem, but things you have to work around.
Challenges.
With the guy. Yeah. It's just learning to operate within all of your blocking has to account for people coming in and out but not running into each other because there's no room in the wings.
Right.
So a lot of it you just have to understand what your limitations are and know how to work within them. So.
Peyton, when you started doing, and how far, by the way, are we in the rehearsal schedule here? How much have we done so far?
We've done almost everything, I think.
So how long have we been in rehearsal?
Month and a half.
Okay.
Yeah, about a month.
So we're a month and a half into this. So you, as we talked about before the break, you have done high school theater up until now. So you're doing productions with other high school students. Now you're doing a production with students, or not, you're doing a production with actors who are not high school students, who have more experience. Was that intimidating for you? Was that exhilarating for you? How was that first week?
I think the first half of the first week, honestly, even going further down into it, was very intimidating. It was scary. It was a whole new world of talent that I've never seen before. And then slowly when I would start meeting people and getting to know these people, I was like, they're not trying to have their heads super blown up and big. They were super down to earth, and it just made me feel really good and welcomed into the theater. So I had no intimidation after that first part.
So you're feeling natural now. You feel like you belong.
Yes.
Well, that makes a big difference. What was your reaction to that same question?
Well, I'm kind of awkward, so it was like weird for me to be talking to random people. Peyton is way more talkative than I am, so he's talking to everyone, and I'm just kind of sitting there like, okay. But then they all just start like coming up to you, and now you're like forming friendships that you never thought you would be friends with these people because like we've never met them. And there's a bunch of different ages. Like our youngest girl, she is 15 years old, and then we have people up to like what? They're like 50?
40, 40, mid-40s.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, there's a wide range of ages and stuff, and everyone, it's just like one big family. Like you're feeling like so welcome the second you step foot, and you could just bond with anyone about anything, like immediately.
It's such a cliche, but it's true, and people don't realize that there is a family atmosphere to theater at whatever level. I was watching an interview, and I think I shared this when we were on talking about Mamma Mia, so I might be repeating myself, but I was listening to an interview on NPR several months ago, and I can't remember the actress's name now, but you would know the name. Laura Linney. And Laura Linney says, Ozark, by the way, for those who might be familiar with the television show Ozark, that's probably where you know her the best. She said something about, someone mentioned community theater, and she said, all theater is community theater. She said, whether you're talking Broadway, it's still a community at every level. She said, that's what theater is. It's community theater, and that's what we're talking about with that kind of family atmosphere. Characterization, Peyton. In terms of inhabiting your character, what was your biggest challenge? What are you bringing in? How do you become that character?
I think the biggest challenge is definitely, Chris gave this a word the other day, and I really liked it, is bringing that catatonic vibe to this character is very hard. It's something I've never had to do before. Usually characters are like uppity and, talk a bunch, but my character is very, you almost want to feel bad for him because he's gone through a lot. So it's hard to bring that atmosphere to this character in this show, but I think I've gone into it pretty well, and I've dealt with it pretty well, just reading over the lines over and over again and thinking, what can I bring to this one? What can I bring to this one? It's just been easier the more I do it.
We're talking to Abby Rocks on Monday, who's going to be in Simon in Superstar, and she was talking about, we were discussing how you bring other things from your character that aren't in the script or aren't part of the play. And for her, when she did Marty, she was in Greece here in Uniontown early this year. She said for Marty, she took a perfume that she thought Marty would like. She said it wasn't a perfume Abby would ever wear. It was a perfume she thought Marty would like, and every night before she would do Freddie My Love, she would put that perfume on. And she said it would help her become Marty for that song. So, I mean, everybody has a different method. There's different ways of going about it, but I think that's very interesting. We need to take a break. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and when we come back, we'll talk a little bit about Shrek Jr. and also remind everybody about Sweeney Todd. We will be right back after this.
We've stepped up our game at Live Casino with new slot machines. And this June, you're invited to take them for a spin during Pull and Win Wednesdays. Earn 100 tier credits to score 5 free spins that you can use on one of our new slots. Each week features a new machine. Come in, play on, and find your new favorite. At Live Casino, Route 30 at Westmoreland Mall. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Masontown Matters 4th of July weekend. 3 days of exciting events and activities for the entire family. Games, demonstrations, contests, vendors, food trucks, and more. And of course, fireworks. Sign up now for the pie baking, hot dog eating and ice cream contests, 5K race, and for the kids pageant. Email masontownmatters@yahoo.com or call 724-317-2362 for an entry form. Advertisement funding from the Fayette County America 250 Committee.
It's spring, and everything is growing, and Madewell Services is here to help. They offer full lawn care service, including spring cleanups, mulching, landscaping and planting, weekly grass cutting, power washing, and more. Madewell Services also provides professional cleaning services for your home or office, moving in or out service, party cleanups, weekly cleanings, and junk removal. Licensed and insured for peace of mind. Call Madewell Services today at 724-912-1805. That's 724-912-1805 for a free estimate.
Bright Stripe, Bay County's premier asphalt seal coating professionals. Locally owned by Matt and Lexi George, Bright Stripe specializes in residential and commercial asphalt seal coating, also excelling in line striping and layouts, thermoplastic, and infrared asphalt repair. Bright Stripe has succeeded due to their commitment to quality work for 30 years. Bright Stripe, 724-437-6090, or visit bright-stripe.com. BRITE-stripe.com.
Find your place in the sun for fun this summer with First Federal of Greene County. Dreaming of a backyard refresh? Leverage your existing home equity and ask about a home improvement or home construction loan. First Federal will help you dive into any new project. A swimming pool, patio, outdoor kitchen, even a new driveway or garage. Whatever floats your boat. Visit with a First Federal loan officer today or apply online at ffgc.bank. First Federal Savings Loan Association of Greene County. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS number 458729.
When you need notary services, trust the best. Sandy Howell Notary Services, back-to-back gold medal winner for Best Notary in Fayette County. They're here for you with extended hours to fit your schedule. Sandy Howell's also the 2025 gold medal winner for Best Title Company. Open Monday through Friday, 10 to 8:30, and Saturdays, 9 to 5. Call 724-564-8955 today for Sandy Howell Notary Services, where excellence is signed and sealed.
No gimmicks, just great values every day at Chesler's Fine Furniture. Chesler's understands that customers prefer personal service and satisfaction. It won't cost you a dime to stop in and browse. You'll be amazed at the quality, value, and selection of living rooms, bedrooms, dining rooms, dinettes, and chairs. Chesler's has a wide array of entertainment centers in all finishes and sizes, sleeper sofas in 3 sizes, and reclining sofas and love seats with recliners to match. Mattresses in all sizes and both no flip, no turn, and 2-sided in stock. If you need one piece or a whole room full, Chesler's staff will help you find that right item. And remember, they service it after the sale. Chesler's Fine Furniture, Route 51 in Uniontown. Credit terms, delivery, and layaway are available. Chesler's Fine Furniture, where customers send their friends.
No pressure at all. We have 10 minutes to go. See what I did there? Yes, yeah. That the song was Pressure. Yeah. Or it was Under Pressure, actually, but still. Or no, it was Pressure. Yeah. Under Pressure's, Pressure, Billy Joel. Under Pressure's Queen and David Bowie. Under Pressure, that's different. You know that one? Yes. Oh, okay. Did you know Vanilla Ice stole the riff from it? And
there's one more note, isn't it?
Yeah,
one more note.
Just added one more. Peyton knows the story. Very good. We're just talking amongst ourselves here. Sweeney Todd, which we'll talk a little bit more about here in a few seconds, is coming to the Geyer Theater in Scottsdale next month. But coming up tonight through Sunday is a junior production of Shrek, technically Shrek Jr. And Chris's son Mason is going to be performing as Shrek. Mason, I'll get to you in 1 second. Chris, tell us a little bit about how these junior productions work.
So the junior productions, they are like slightly shortened versions of like the full stage show. So this one runs roughly like an hour and a half to hour 45 minutes, whereas the official one might be 2.5 hours. So, but they still have like all of the clips of like the biggest songs throughout the show. They still tell the full storyline. It's just reduced and made a little bit shorter for the juniors.
So your freak flag still flies.
It still flies.
Okay, good. That's good to know. So Mason, lean into that mic there so we can hear you. So you get to be Shrek. Shrek, you're going to do the full makeup, the whole costume, right?
Oh yeah, I'm full green. It's a lot. Sometimes it's hard to get off, but it's fun. It is fun to be green. It's definitely an experience.
You just put it on tonight and just keep it on for the whole week. Why not? Don't go off and on with it. Just walk
Just
around.
be green.
Walk around town with it. Absolutely. And you're going to do the accent?
Yeah.
You're doing the accent?
I'm planning to do it. I mean, it's gone pretty good so far. So.
Awesome. Pretty well, by the way. Yeah,
Oh,
thank you.
yeah, pretty well.
He's an English teacher.
Yeah, and I correct her English all the time. So it's,
He's an ogre. What do you
grammar.
expect?
Exactly. Well put. Absolutely. So, most fun part about doing this, what is it?
It's my first like lead, so I think the most fun is the experience of like getting more attention, getting more like it's a lot more pressure, but at the same time you get more reward and you get more like you're like you get attention. I'm not like an attention seeker, but
Yeah.
you get more like. I mean, you are
Mason, if you're in theater, you're a bit of an attention seeker. We all are a little bit. That's why we get up on the stage. It's okay. You can own that. You don't have to deny that. What's been the biggest challenge for you in doing this role? What's been your biggest struggle?
I think it's just a lot to remember, and I think recently it's been really like locked in. Like I think I got it, but like I feel like as I'm going on, it's like I feel like I'm like, yeah, I know this, and then I'll come up to it, and I'm like, why can't I think of this?
Mm-hmm.
And I'll go over it, I'm like, oh yeah, and then I think I have it down again. So I think it's remembrance is just like.
And you said you're 13?
Yeah.
Going into 9th grade or
8th grade.
Going into 8th grade. Where do you go to school?
Bell Vernon.
Bell Vernon, okay. Looking to do theater, and then at the do they do middle school productions at Bell Vernon?
They do. I haven't done any, but I'm more excited to do like the high school ones.
Right, of course, yeah. So that's something to look forward to. Awesome. How? What's the difference between Chris? I'm back to you.
Oh, yeah,
What's the difference between all the work that's involved in directing Sweeney Todd and then sitting back in the audience and getting to watch him?
It's ironic. I'm actually running sound for the show.
Oh, you are running sound?
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
all right.
I think I'm more nervous than he is.
Yeah.
Most nights.
I believe it.
But just in general, like to sit back and watch, because I didn't start theater till much later in life,
Right.
And to see him come in and just like not expecting anything and have this part, like I would think I was more sick than he was when I found out he was the lead. I'm like, he's what? But no, it's awesome. I'm kind of glad I'm running sound for the show just because it gives me something to do. Otherwise, I'd probably be sitting there just wringing my hands the whole time and
Right.
nervous. So, but it's nice too because I've run sound pretty much for most of the musicals there. It's like I'm running sound for my own show.
Oh, are you? Okay.
Yeah, exactly. So even as a director, I don't get time
Community
off.
theater, right there.
Exactly.
You just summed it up.
Yeah. So, but it gives me something to do to distract myself, but it's just amazing, man, to watch him up there. It's like sometimes I disconnect from myself to be like, oh my God, that's my son.
Right.
That's my son up there
Yeah.
doing this stuff. Like I couldn't be prouder.
I feel you. I've experienced it, so I know what that's like. It's an absolute. To me, it's the best. I've been on stage. It's nothing. Watching my son do stuff.
Nothing
yes,
like it.
I still pop in every now and then. We have the recording of he was Applegate and Damn Yankees. We just pop it in and watch him do his thing. So yeah, absolutely love it. So I'm a firm believer, obviously because of my passions, in trying to support community theater and every chance that I possibly can for community theater that supports local artists. I will support them all the time. And so I love the fact that things are happening at the Geyer. Went to Dear Evan Hansen a couple of weeks ago and saw that production. Thought it was a fantastic job that you guys did.
Thank you.
I'm guessing that you said you do the
I
sound.
ran sound for that one, yes. But I was also tech director.
Yeah, yeah. Great.
A little bit everything.
Great job. Absolutely thoroughly enjoyed the show.
Thank you. Credit to that crew and cast.
The cast was
amazing.
amazing.
Oh my gosh.
The cast was truly
I was blown away. I was in tears every night running the show, and I've seen it for a week and a half or
And,
more. I was
and a
crying
couple
every
of them
night.
were ours, so that, that's why I was there to see Graham and Rylan and just
Oh,
to
they
watch
did
them
great.
and the chemistry they had with each other.
Mhm.
So good on the Geyer for the things that you're doing, and I know you have other things coming up as well beyond Sweeney Todd. Anything that we'd want to talk about, or
I know we're bringing up a production of Hamlet coming up soon. In August, we're doing Percy Jackson, the Lightning Thief, which is is kind of a cult classic popularity.
Right.
We're doing Wizard of Oz in November. So we have a lot of big name shows still coming up. The Addams Family in October. So it's a full season. We do a show pretty much every month by January. So.
And guys, this is close. Again, there's great theater that goes on in Pittsburgh, and I go up to the Benedum all the time and other theaters in Pittsburgh, and I love it. And it's about an hour and 15-minute drive for me to get there. This is even closer for those of you who are listening in the Uniontown area. It's basically right down the road. You get there in a half hour, and you're there, and you're going to get really top-notch performances. And so I would encourage people to. You just heard that schedule. Go on their website, see what's coming up, and go out and support local artists, as we said the other day. In the world we live in today, and the divided world that we live in today, art is under attack in many parts of our current culture. And so those of us who are bothered by that need to stand up and support the arts, because that's, I always say I teach English, which is important. It teaches people how to read and how to think, and math is certainly important. It teaches us how the world works, because it is a mathematical world, and science is certainly important. All those subjects are important. The arts are the part that we neglect, and the arts are important because it teaches us how to feel, how to be, how to treat other people with kindness, with love, with respect. The arts are where we learn that. You don't learn that in a math class. You learn that in an arts class, and yet we see less and less support for the arts. So I would encourage our audience out there to support the arts, and one way you can do that is by going to the website.
GEYERPAC.com. That's GeyerPack.com.
Oh boy, you sound like a professional too when you did that. That was nice. That was a radio voice right there. I like that. Respect, man. Game respects game on that one. And of course, coming up, Sweeney Todd. Give us those dates, Peyton, because I'll get the month wrong.
It's July 16th through the 19th.
July 16th through 19th. That's a Thursday through a Sunday. Rain, what time are the evening shows?
7:30.
And what time is that Sunday show?
2:30.
Awesome. And then, of course, tonight, is that also, Mason, is that also 7:30?
Yeah, tonight is 7:30.
7:30 tonight through Saturday, and then you'll do a Sunday matinee as well at 2:30?
Yeah.
Awesome. That's Shrek Jr., so that's coming up this week. So exciting stuff is happening. Guys, good job. Thanks for coming in. What's next for Rain Smith? I got a minute to fill here. You're going off to college.
Yep, I'm going to Slippery Rock University.
The Rock!
Yes.
Where-
Actually, our Sweeney goes to Slippery Rock. Shout out Joey.
Currently?
Yes.
Student at Slippery Rock?
Yes.
Oh, neat. And you're going to study? Have you
Psychology.
decided yet?
Yes, psychology, and I'm going into occupational therapy.
Occupational therapy.
Yes.
Yes. That changes, right?
Yes.
You said earlier you don't like change.
Yes. Trust me, I know. I'm scared.
You're gonna get used to it.
I'm
Okay.
awfully
Good. No, don't be scared. You're ready. You're ready to conquer the world. All right. Well, hey, thanks everybody for coming in, and break a leg.
Absolute pleasure. Thank you.
You break a leg tonight. All right. Hey, CBS News is coming up. I'll be back one more time. I'll be back tomorrow just from 2 to 3. We'll have open lines. We'd love to have you call. And in the meantime, have a great hump day. Thanks for joining us. God bless all of you. This is WMBS Uniontown, where it's 3 o'clock.
A signing may happen Friday. I'm Carmen Roberts, Fox News. The agreement between the U.S. and Iran is likely to be signed on Friday in Switzerland, and President Trump, who attended the G7 meeting in France, says he may stay for the signing. Fox's Jared Halpern has more on the deal.
A 60-day memorandum of understanding is intended to set the table for final talks over Iran's